Pakistan economy and food crisis. Pakistan's economy has been characterized by periods of strong growth interspersed with economic downturns. In recent years, the country has struggled with high inflation, a large trade deficit, and a growing debt burden. The government has implemented a number of structural reforms to address these issues, including devaluing the currency, raising interest rates, and implementing austerity measures. Despite these efforts, the economy has continued to struggle, and the country's GDP growth rate has remained relatively low. In terms of the food crisis, Pakistan has a history of food insecurity, particularly in rural areas. The country's agriculture sector, which is the main source of livelihood for a large portion of the population, is often affected by natural disasters such as floods and droughts. Additionally, issues such as poverty, lack of access to markets, and inadequate infrastructure also contribute to food insecurity in the country. In recent years, the government has taken steps to address these issues, including investing in irrigation and rural development, as well as providing targeted food assistance to vulnerable groups. However, these efforts have not been sufficient to fully alleviate the problem of food insecurity in Pakistan. One of the main reasons for the food crisis in Pakistan is poverty. Many people in Pakistan live below the poverty line and cannot afford to buy enough food to feed their families. Additionally, population growth in Pakistan has led to an increase in demand for food, making it harder for people to access adequate amounts of food. Climate change is also a contributing factor to the food crisis in Pakistan. The country is prone to floods and droughts, which can damage crops and reduce yields. This can lead to food shortages and higher food prices, making it harder for people to afford enough food. The government of Pakistan has taken steps to address the food crisis, such as implementing food security programs and providing subsidies for farmers. However, much more needs to be done to address the underlying causes of the crisis and ensure that all people in Pakistan have access to enough nutritious food. The food crisis in Pakistan refers to the ongoing shortage of food and rising prices that affect millions of people in the country. The crisis is caused by a combination of factors, including climate change. Pakistan is prone to natural disasters such as floods and droughts, which affect crop yields and food production. Population growth. Pakistan's population is rapidly growing, putting pressure on food supplies. Inflation. The cost of food has risen significantly in recent years, making it difficult for many people to afford basic necessities. Economic instability. Pakistan's economy is fragile and many people live in poverty, making it difficult for them to afford food. Political instability. Political turmoil and lack of government action have contributed to the food crisis. The food crisis in Pakistan has severe consequences for the population, including malnutrition and hunger. The government and international organizations have been working to address the crisis by providing food aid and implementing food security programs. However, sustainable solutions are needed to address the underlying causes of the crisis and ensure long-term food security for the population.